Chopper. Chopper with the ones and twos. How you do? Back on YouTube, man. Let's set the record straight, man. Hoping y'all having a good Christmas weekend, Christmas holiday weekend, man. Next week is about to be New Year's. A couple of days about to be New Year's, and we already into 2026. It's crazy. It's been a fast year. It's been a fast year. It's been a whole lot going on. Hope y'all stay safe, man. I almost got to an accident with this man. It's too crazy out there, man. I was about to get out the car, cuss the bitch out. You know what I'm saying? Let me stop cursing. But hopefully y'all having a good time, man. Let's check out this FaZe group. I heard about FaZe, and I heard about this guy right here, Platboy Max. I heard about him. He's the one that be engineering all the rappers and streaming it and stuff like that. I've been seeing clips on Instagram.
We have no control, or it's like we're puppets. At least that's what it felt like. Anything could happen at any moment.
They tried to make that pay 20 bands a month. What the? Making him look like this ego monster. Don't know the truth, bro.
I find you guys all to be incredibly ungrateful. I find you guys all to have insane egos, and I think it's disgusting and makes me sick to my stomach. And I'm here to tell you, as former FaZe Banks, this was one of the worst decisions I've ever made in my entire life.
One of the worst decisions you could have made in your life? That is so interesting. While last year seemed to be year of the FaZe, this year has not gone so well. It all kind of kicked off with Platboy Max announcing his departure from the group, and ever since then, things have kind of been spiraling. And just yesterday, at least this commentary channel got one of the greatest gifts that could have possibly happened. Pretty much every single creator that was affiliated with FaZe put out a tweet saying, "Left FaZe Clan." I'm talking about Silky, Ron, Jason, Lacey, Adapt.
Him, her, bodies.
FaZe lost seemingly most of their current roster, and we've got to talk about it on this momentous day. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Us unemployed got to stick together, and it would be greatly appreciated. Now, back into the celebration. Now, FaZe isn't new to doing any sorts of different promotions, so when all of the FaZe members came out and said left at FaZe Clan simultaneously, it kind of didn't surprise anybody. People thought that it was just another one of their, subathons, marathons being promoted for what's to come. But some of us that follow the Twitter communities saw that, hey, there was a house up for sale. There were people being seen in different locations. There was a little bit of a breadcrumbing that had happened over the past couple of days that makes this moment in time make so much more sense. And to get the ball rolling even further away from the conversation about this being any sorts of promo, Platboy Max's legitimate cousin, Fatboy Dip, came to the internet and started to spill some tea that was so hot I had to blow it off 50,000 times and still get burned when I drank it.
Gang, you see that little townhouse that Max was in? They tried to make that pay 20 bands a month. What the?
Whoa.
Or give a percentage of myself. What the?
Yo, hello?
But Max is such a good. He just, bro, I just want to. And now he's like, Max, look crazy, look like egoed out. No, that's not cool though. Like taking on the chin, making him look like this ego monster.
What's new with Google Ads? Google AI powers campaigns that work for you.
Don't know the truth, bro.
Now, up to that point, it was unverified what was going on, but what reason would Platboy Max's cousin have to lie about situations that happened? People forget when Max left, he was seen as like the black sheep in this situation. He was painted out to be the bad guy. He was the villain and all these things. And my ears were percolating because my pot has been stewing. This perpetual stew has been going on for about a year now, but I had to wait. Now, on top of just about every single FaZe member saying that they had left FaZe, the FaZe account themselves also unfollowed every single member. And everybody started pointing their fingers again at FaZe Banks saying, what did he do this time? But he quickly reminded us that, hey, I have nothing to do with FaZe. What's going on right now? I left 4 months ago. It's unfortunate to see what's going on. Everybody the best, blase, blase, blah. Getting out in front of it just like any sort of PR person would do. This seemingly triggered Platboy Max though, because what happens next seems to be a total scorched earth moment that wasn't intercepted by anybody. So we are very much inclined to believe that what he says about why he left FaZe and the things that happened between him, some of the management, the senior leadership, and the group as a whole, it's jarring. It's damning.
But we had a sponsor for that day, and niggas didn't end up doing the sponsor. Game night. Yes, if he was there, he was there. Niggas didn't end up doing the sponsor. There was difficulties with the sponsor. Yeah. After that happened, according to the assistants and staff of the creators, because I'm not gonna lie, I just really don't remember. But they said that FaZe has pulled everybody for the rest of the month and sent niggas home early. This is the first time where in my head I went, okay, so how much control do we have here?
Wow.
And how much control do niggas have over us?
Yeah. It's a very valid question. Blackboy Max goes on to allude to the fact that he and the other members of FaZe that signed on to the organization didn't have as much control as he once thought they did. You see, on a live stream about a year ago, I remember one FaZe Banks saying to me specifically that, hey, you know, we just really rock with these guys, we support these guys, we're just behind them, and, you know, we want to get behind their creative endeavors. Very much making it seem as though,
Future endeavors.
he was just fully supportive, no strings attached. But as Max is detailing and outlining here that is not the case. He goes on to highlight different times in which the organization decided to flex their muscle and their power. One time in particular in which they kicked Lacey out of the group.
Y'all remember when Lacey got kicked from FaZe? He really got kicked from FaZe. He got kicked from FaZe because, according to the assistants and the staff and the cameramen, they said that he had missed a video shoot or something, and we were missing video shoots, and so he actually got kicked from FaZe. Granted, he was allowed back in a couple, later, because niggas all had combos, but yes, he got kicked from FaZe.
He then goes on to seemingly verify what his cousin said in his stream about him having to pay a certain percentage of his earnings / pay $20K a month in order to rent out some sort of townhouse in the back. And he also hints that the other members are caught up in some sort of drama or ordeal, but ultimately he and themselves signed these contracts that had them connected to the FaZe name and the FaZe brand. I think we're seeing a lot of content creators in 2025, specifically from the streaming side, signed to these organizations, signed to these production companies, signed to these management firms that ultimately take control of who they are and what they do, which is completely contradictory to the whole reason why a lot of these content creators hopped into the streaming space in general. Hey, this is not traditional media, but I still want to be in the media space. I want to have control over what I do. Now, kind of as a hindsight 2020 and a forewarning for people coming up after them, these people aren't just going to throw bags at you just to throw bags at you. There's going to have to be something attached to it. No matter what a 40-year-old says on a live stream, they're not just going to put you in a mansion, pipe you up, give you all these lit aspirations and fulfill all your creative dreams without anything being attached to it at all. No, that's not how that works. And I do think it was interesting that when I had that sit down that Max kind of wasn't as vocal as, you know, some of the others, but we'll get back to that at a different time. Ultimately, Max felt like he was shafted in a lot of regards by FaZe, blindsided by the organization, not the members. But because he likes to talk so much and not have his name slung through the dirt, it was about time that FaZe Banks spoke out about the situation. And boy, he seemingly turned his back on everybody.
I just watched some clips from this Blackboy Max stream where he's playing a laugh track over my tweet. And it's like, Max, I know we've had like our individual differences, and I know I haven't really seen eye to eye with a lot of the talent because truthfully and honestly, I find you guys all to be incredibly ungrateful.
Wow.
I find you guys all to have insane egos.
Wow.
And I think it's disgusting and makes me sick to my stomach that your guys' relationships with each other and with every other streamer and your community included is so incredibly fake. You guys are the best actors on planet Earth, and you've made a complete career out of all of it. Max, these are your boys, but these are the same guys that said they fucking hated your guts after you left. And
wow,
you know, you're the program, you have an ego the size, you think you're Travis Scott and this and that. And also, like, Max, multiple conversations about how Ron's content's cringe and you guys didn't fuck with the dad. None of you guys fucked with Lacey or Jason in the beginning. You guys didn't want these guys to live anywhere near you. You barely wanted to share a brand with them. But FaZe was gonna fund a Miami house for you, Rage, Silky, and Kason, so fuck it.
Wait a minute.
What we can get. And then it all worked. And we forced this relationship.
Hold on now. If I recall, that is not what was told to me. Now, I'm gonna stop being petty here because I picked up a lot of audience that doesn't know necessarily the saga. But last year, I made a video speaking about FaZe. And in that video, I outlined a couple of things that struck a nerve between a couple of the members, specifically Stable Ron and Lacey. Now, that night, or maybe the next one, I was invited to be on a live stream with Stable Ron so we can go through that conversation and discourse. And I thought that we had a pretty good conversation for what it's worth. We both came in there with some misunderstandings about each other. We came to some conclusions and agreements. And even when Lacey popped in, it was ultimately a productive conversation for what it was worth. I think we all left with better understandings of what was going on, who we were, gained perspective and insight about each other. And I thought that it was a very mature conversation. It was even a couple of times where Ron would tell his community, yo, like, I'm actually trying to like understand here. So, you know, stop getting on his dick about doing stuff, et cetera, et cetera. So kudos to those guys. But the tides turned specifically when FaZe Banks stepped stepped into the conversation and took it totally left. And in that conversation, he said things that kind of contradict what's being said today. Now, from a business perspective, I totally get it, gang. You funded a lot of the projects, and it would seem very ungrateful of these people who you've funded to be, you know, so ungrateful afterwards, not appreciative, whatever the case may be. But that didn't really address what Blackboy Max kind of just said there. And you saying that they threw each other under the bus, they didn't like each other in the beginning, this, that, and the third, albeit a reiteration and maybe an exaggeration of conversations had previously, that's a complete contradiction as to what you said. Plus, if you ask some people that were very close to FaZe during this time, that doesn't match up what's being done in real time. But we'll get into that in 2 seconds.
I don't know, man. I failed miserably. It's not the first L that I'm taking in my life. It's not the first time I failed. But yeah, I wish that, in a weird way, I do wish that I fucking was closer to the fold the last 4 or 5 months. I don't think that this all would have happened this way.
Is it time to victory lap just yet? No, not yet. We'll save that for later on tonight. Banks goes on for another 12 minutes talking about, you know, how Twitter comms are negative, how these kids only care about their viewers and they'll do anything for them. They'll believe whatever they say, etc., etc. And in a follow-up to the video that he posted, he put out a tweet saying, these guys had free housing, free filmers and staff, all FaZe channels, 0% income shared. Their money and platforms all skyrocketed after meeting me, but I'm the bad guy. None of it makes sense. And like I said above, I'm going to get into all the details tomorrow. Now, as we wait for that glorious live stream to happen, the only thing that we have to really listen to are people from the FaZe clan that were a part of this situation, and we have people that were close to them. During my research for this video, I found a tweet that Stable Ronaldo liked saying that, I cannot believe this is a grown man I'm listening to speak right now. No accountability, victimizing himself and throwing the boys under the bus, saying fake relationships and secretly hating BS. And that in-depth shit dead pissed me off. That's from a fan, but like by Stable Ronaldo, I don't know. Another like tweet by Ron stated that being 34 years old and not taking accountability for ruining your business 2 times now is insane. This motherfucker always blaming other people for his failures in life. Heavy statements from ex-members directly, but let's see what adjacent people to these streamers, to these people in FaZe clan have to say. Friend of the show TK decided to go live and react to this situation, and what he said about Banks and the whole situation was very telling about how he viewed this whole entire project. It's a big money grab.
Is it really help if you was telling niggas you gotta pay me a percentage of your streams or your revenue to be a part of what we're doing here?
You gotta repeat that one more time.
Again,
Mind you,
how he viewed this whole entire project. It's a big money grab.
is it really help if you was telling niggas you gotta pay me a percentage of your streams or your revenue to be a part of what we're doing here?
Again,
Mind you, before these niggas joined FaZe, what was FaZe's relevancy? What was FaZe's existence? Who was FaZe? I'm not mad because he did a business move the wrong way. I'm mad because this nigga sitting here talking about it like, oh, I did so much for these niggas and all I did was love these niggas and all I'm asking for them is to sign a 360. Sign your soul away to me, little monkey. You little streamer.
They got 360
dancer.
deals on streaming?
Like, so what, you little idiot? Like, god damn.
I mean, excuse my language,
I
but
gave you
dang,
so much.
you got
I love
360
y'all
deal?
so much like brothers. We built this shit from the ground, gang, and I let y'all get into it. So just sign your soul away. How fucking dare you be so ungrateful that you don't sign your fucking soul to me? Nigga, what are we fucking talking about, bro?
hey yo, Scum TK, a streamer and friend of Your Rage, a current
I heard
FaZe
about
member,
him.
he hasn't tweeted out that he's left FaZe, went on live and refuted and debunked and stated that what Banks was saying was untrue in a lot of the regards, in a lot of the situations. There's one instance where FaZe Banks says that he's never made any money from FaZe, and Scum TK, again, somebody very close to this situation, completely refutes that allegation and says that it's totally false.
I have never made not one singular dollar outside of my
You didn't just sell your stake in FaZe? I don't care. I'm tripping. I'm leaking. I'm sorry. You didn't just sell your stake in FaZe?
Oh wow.
Niggas can't do shit to me. Black Sharks pull up. I got a
Keep
stick
digging
for
in him,
niggas.
TK.
We can keep doing this. You didn't just
Wait,
come up
so who
real
has
bread
left
off
FaZe
this
so
shit.
far?
Even Aiden Ross, somebody very close to FaZe Banks and the corporate side of streaming, who was behind the scenes, went ahead and did his attempt at scorching the earth by outing the fact that not only did he help FaZe financially, but revealing the truth behind what happened between the real owners and the content side of things.
They're using FaZe's foundation, their money to buy stuff for shoots, brand deals, like FaZe has been doing, right? It's a corporate business. So they never signed that 20% initially. They come after them a year and a half later and then ask for the 20%. That is where I think that's in the wrong.
That's wrong.
Because listen, if your intention was to sign these guys for 20% to join FaZe, they probably would have all done it.
Yep.
But now you waited till they're big and they already have millions of followers and dollars. So why would they sign a contract? You can't put a deal in their fucking face at this point. Do you understand? I understand both sides here. They wouldn't have done it. Well, then, Lico, then you could argue that they wouldn't be as big as they are. Or you can argue that, you know, there's many arguments to make. I think they would have done it. Maybe not all of them.
All in all, this is messy because unlike we were told in the beginning, this seems to be way more business as opposed to real, genuine friendships, you know, handling things the right way, the proper way. It seems very shady and underhanded. Now, I know over the next couple of days, we are going to hear, you know, the different sides and people are going to have to speak about this. But this is very interesting, especially because last year, people who kind of called this stuff out were killed over some of their criticisms and takes. So now I'm putting a call to action. Two things. One, I will be live tonight going over what FaZe Banks is going to be saying in his stream where he announces everything. I'm pretty sure others will be speaking out about it by that time, so that'll give us a lot to react to. I really want to stay glued to this because I am kind of ready to skip around the room. Skip around the room. Skip around the room. But two, and most importantly, make sure you get this to them. Ron, Lacey, I'm extending you guys an invitation just like you extended me an invitation to talk about these things. Hell, I'll do it for Max. I'll do it for Silky. I'll do it for Jason. I'll do it for whoever. Adapt as well. Especially because it's really messed up hearing that he's also leaving this organization knowing what this organization meant to him. But to you two guys who generously granted me your platform, I want to do the same for you. Hell, I'll even fly you to be in studio with me so we can have this conversation in real time. But I just want to talk. I just want to get it all out there. And I just want to ask, why did FaZe Banks lie to me? Why did FaZe Banks lie to us?
As a director of finance, I'm managing 15 and 20 contracts a month. With Acrobat AI Assistant,
I don't know, man. I don't know nothing about FaZe. I heard about the YouTube group FaZe, but I really don't know half the group. You know what I'm saying? I just know that white boy. I know Rage is on there too. Dude named Silky, Platboy Max. I just heard a couple people. It's just I don't know like the whole I just know half the group. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that group shit don't work, man. It don't work out for nobody. The only strongest group that's working out right now in YouTube is AMP. Them boys is going strong. They making millions every time they upload the AMP channel. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Kai, shout out to Agent, shout out to Chris, shout out to David, shout out to Duke, shout out to Phantom. You know, shout out to them boys out there, you know. But if it was me, I'll never do no YouTube group like that, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. It just I just don't know. But you know, shout out to everybody, man, in the internet world. Cause right now I'm not in the internet world. I'm an independent man doing this for the love of it. You know what I'm saying? Doing my reactions for the love of it. But anyway, man, Chopper with the ones and twos. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for tapping into the channel, man. I know I've been out for a couple of days, man. I've been working hard, man. I've been trying to save up so I can get a new place. And I've just been, you know, trying to stack my money up, man. And I just be working 9 to 5, man, Monday through Friday. It's a lot going on right now. We're going to have to do a schedule for me because I can't really do this Monday through Friday. I'm only going to have to do this on the weekends, like upload like from like Saturday to Sunday. That's what I'm going to have to do. That's my plan for next year. I don't know yet. I don't want to make a plan or anything until I, you know what I'm saying, make the decision for it. But Chopper out. Y'all have a good one, man. Y'all stay safe, man. Christmas weekend. Happy New Year's to y'all. I'm out.